Welcome to the table. My name is Max. This is Tablenauts, and today I'm going to be doing a acquisition video. I've been running through Shelf of Shame games that I finally played that have been on my Shelf of Shame, and I finally got to them and knocked them off there. And this is the video in which I talk about all the games that I'm adding to my Shelf of Shame. This will be retroactively visiting some games that I acquired in January and even some in December. So don't think that all of these games came in the 17 to this point days of February, but they are still games that I'm adding to my collection and in turn my Shelf of Shame. I've got a handful of games. Hello, Draco. I've got a handful of games to my left off camera that I'll be adding in just to talk about them. Draco's going to come visit for this episode. And now Remy is going to come pester Draco. It's just how we do things here. So I actually just got this one in the mail today, and I am going to just show you what I got. Now, with that being said, this isn't all mine. Hopefully Duel does not mind me showing you what he's purchased, because a couple of these are mine and a couple of them are his. So this is just a what I've added to my collection video, and I hope this might interest you. If not, well, whatever. I'm going to try not to make too much noise. Alright, this is Duelin's, but one that Alright, this is probably really nightmarish on the microphone, so I'm going to do this. This is Duelin's game, but one I'm actually quite excited to try. This is Sushi Roll, the Sushi Go dice game. Thank you, Draco. So, if you've been watching the channel, we just posted a Sushi Go gameplay with Duelin and his wife. Thank you, Eric, for removing the cat from the situation. And this is Sushi Roll. He asked me to get it while I made an order for another game that was only available at this particular website. I'm pretty excited to try this. I have played Sushi Go, the normal game, but only once a couple years back. So actually both ones that I want to give another shot. So Sushi Roll, coming right up. All right, this is mine. This is the reason I made this purchase. I was unable to find this game available anywhere else other than this one particular website, and honestly it's a game that I just had to have. I had to have this game. I'm so excited to try it out. This is, if it comes out of the box, Awkward Guests. So if you don't know what Awkward Guests is, it's a deduction game, as far as I'm aware a fairly pure deduction game, basically a better, according to many, version of Clue or Cluedo depending on where you live. This is a game in which you're going to be trying to solve the murder of this person. I think it's Sheriff Walton. I think Sheriff Walton, maybe it's not a sheriff, but the Walton. It's Walton. I got one thing right. Mr. Walton has been murdered, and we need to find out why, if there were any alibis, with what, and when, and I think, and whatever. Apparently it's just a very good deduction game, better than Clue. And I am someone who, of all the classics, love Clue more than any. I just love these deduction games. And I've heard it also plays excellently at 2, which I'm very much looking forward to try. That is Awkward Guests. Another one that I so desperately want to try. This one, I believe you should not play it really under 3 or 4 at least, so probably not going to get played immediately. Also a little heavier than what my parents and wife would probably enjoy. I'm still going to probably try it with them, so if you're watching, expect to play this game about trains and stocks in the near future. But I promise you, it's not that bad. This is the Irish Gauge, and this is the new version by Capstone Games with artwork by Ian O'Toole. This has been kind of redone with prettier artwork, and if you know me, you know that artwork and aesthetics are more important than they should be to me. So this is one that in particular I was looking forward to. I also have Iberian Gauge on pre-order, but this was one that was just readily available. So, Irish Gauge. And, whatever. Lastly, not really a game, but Pathfinder NPC battle cards. This is for Duelin. Duelin's a big Pathfinder guy. He's really good at DMing, and he's got awesome terrain and stuff like that. So, looking forward to trying these out in our next game, whenever that may be. We have come to the end of our box. Now, some of these games you may have already seen in First Impressions, Congratulations You Played Your Shelf videos, but I figured I want to do kind of an all-encompassing 3 months of purchasing, just so you can see. Now, I will say I have finally sold some games. So, before you yell at me, Mom, Dad, Danielle, I'm watching, I'm recording, you're watching. Before you yell at me, I have also sold some games. Now the ratio's a little skewed, we don't have to talk about that, but here are the games that I have acquired in the past couple of months. First off, not going to talk about it too much because you've already seen it. Micro Macro Crime City, lovely little, basically Where's Waldo puzzle game. Super fun, interesting, unique, very unique, and simple. Then we've got Fake Artist Goes to New York. I have not actually played this copy. Man, these are smaller than I thought. This is my first Oink game. I expected like this big? I don't know, but this is smaller than I thought. This is a deduction game in which one person's a fake artist. You're all trying to draw a single shape by one line at a time. The fake artist is just trying to play along. And at the end of the game, if you know who the fake artist is, or if the fake artist knows what the piece of art is that you're attempting to draw, that person wins. I played this remotely with some lovely, lovely people. Had an absolute blast and had to just immediately go out and purchase it. Awesome game. Okay. Space Base. Not going to talk about it much either. I've already done a little bit of run through. Super fun game. I still only played it that one time though. Halftime. Looking forward to getting back to it in the future. But this is Space Base. I'm not going to be able to showcase all these, so Space Base might just get lost behind other things. Lost Ruins of Arnac. Not had a chance to play this one, and I'm so sad because of it. This is actually a damaged copy. You can probably barely see the damage on the box, but I got it for 60% off, I think, at a local game store, so I had to jump on it. I do so badly want to play this game, but just haven't had the depth or the spoons to learn it and play it and stuff like that. So, Lost Ruins of Arnac. Okay, Castles of Tuscany. I just got this game just the other day. This is the new version. It's not a new version. This is a Feld game, Stefan Feld. He's made Castles of Burgundy. It's probably his most famous game and one of my favorite games. Not one that gets played often because it's a hair on the heavy side. It's not heavy. It's like medium heavy, but a hair on the heavy side. I think my parents and wife would love it if we gave it a proper shot, but it's been a while, so maybe I'll have to introduce that to them soon. But I may start with this one because this is a much lighter game in that same kind of series. Looking forward to giving it a go, but I have no thoughts on it right now. I can and will say that I absolutely love the design by their new versions of Castles of Burgundy, and now Carpe Diem is one that's gorgeous, and I want to try that one out. I love the art of the boxes. I will say I'm disappointed in the Castle of Burgundy board. That game so desperately needed to be redone, and it just didn't hit the mark. It still needs to be redone again. But anyways, absolutely love Burgundy. Excited to try Tuscany. All right, I've already also talked about this one. This is King of Tokyo. Absolutely gorgeous box art and production. Little quick 4 to 5 player, well, it's more than that, 2 to 6, but I would recommend it for more player elimination, battling, dice, Yahtzee game. Good fun. Okay, haven't played this one yet, and I'm very much looking forward to it. This is Reiner Kenitsia's Babylonia. This is, I believe, if you've ever played Blue Lagoon, that's going to be the most similar game I can compare it to. I say that as someone who's never played Blue Lagoon. Very much looking forward to this. It says 60 minutes on the box. Everyone I've talked to, because this is getting a little bit of buzz these days, not a lot, but a little bit of buzz. Everyone I've talked to says that, at least in the 2-player setting, these games can last like 30 minutes or less, which is super enticing to me. I want a strategy game that can be played quicker so I can get more plays in and actually build a strategy. You know, it's hard to build a strategy in TI4 when you play it once for 12 hours and not again for another year and stuff like that. If you can get something to the table that you can play over and over again while still building strategy quickly, that's a hit, and I am super excited to try out Babylonia. Okay. Alright, we have none other than Stonemaier Games Wingspan here. Now, I have played and purchased Wingspan before. I actually let my brother and his partners borrow it, and they just loved it, and I basically saw it at a local game store and was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy it for myself and gift them that copy. So they're holding on to that copy, and I will finally have my own copy back of Wingspan. Alright, then, so looking forward to trying this game as well. This is Hansa Tetonica Big Box Edition. So a few of these games, most notably Babylonia, Castles of Tuscany, Irish Gauge, and Hansa Tetonica, are kind of in that same realm. Don't yell at me. They're in that same realm as far as weight and interactivity in regards to Hansa and Babylonia, and not Tuscany because there's no interaction at all, I believe, as Catan. And I have a friend game group that we haven't met in a while, pandemic and children and whatever, but we were big Catan fans, and I'm really hoping that one of these scratches that same or similar itch while providing a little bit less luck, boring, turns that do nothing gameplay. Super excited to play Hansa Tetonica. Probably one that won't get played for a while. I may try and play it on Tabletopia because it requires at least 3, but is better with 4 and 5 people, and that's just not really that possible right now. But one I so desperately want to try. It's kind of under the radar. Everything I've heard is incredibly positive, but I haven't heard a lot. There's not a lot of coverage on this game, so looking forward to giving it a go. All right, I'm desperately running out of space, so I'm going to push many of these to the side because I have far too many games that still need to be showcased. All right, well, this has just gone off the rails. That's gonna fall. That's gonna fall. I guess I can get rid of my knife now. All right, we have Don't Get Got. This is a party game. I actually purchased this without realizing there was a Shut Up and Sit Down Kickstarter, and the little add-ons they added in are really enticing to me, so I may try and get the Shut Up and Sit Down version as well. But Don't Get Got is the most absolute perfect game for summer lake weekends. So I have a family member, my aunt, who lives on a lake, and not on the lake, but on a home near a lake. And during the summer, we'll often take, trips up there. It's only a couple hours away. I'll have some friends come over. Usually there will be, at least a family of 5 and maybe 6, 7, 8 people there. This seems like the perfect game to play over a multiple day, that's called a weekend. Seems like the perfect game to play over the weekend. In Don't Get Got, you get little wallets with tasks that need to be completed. Like get someone to grab you a mug off a high shelf, or get someone to open an envelope with this inside of it, whatever. And if you're able to succeed, you turn it over to completed. And I believe that once someone completes 3, the game's technically over, though it's a party game. The points don't matter. You can play as long as you want. And you got to be careful, though, because someone could call you out. If I'm asking someone to grab someone down from the shelf for me and they say, is this the game? Is this the game? Then I lose, and I failed that task. I think this would be a great work game, too, if, my boss wouldn't be angry for the time theft that would likely happen by playing this game. He sometimes watches my videos, so, hey, maybe we should play this game as a little bonding experience at work. Anyways, that's Don't Get Got. Got Biblios. Already talked about it on the channel. Moving up in my rankings, man. This gives you so much, welcome back, Draco, thought and just depth of actions you can take for such a small 30-minute package. Just a lot of different components that are all mesh together quite well. That's Biblios. Almost said Babylonia. Okay, we've got Dude, the game. Now, this is a game that I purchased. This is from North Star Games. I've not played it yet. This was because of I'm gonna forget the names. Man, that's tough. I'm sorry about that. But this is, I purchased this based off a charity, I believe. It was raising funds for, I believe, the co-owner of North Star Games, who sadly passed away. I purchased it after they started including stickers with his face on it, or before, I mean. They started including pictures with his face on it for this game. This was the last game that he had a hand on. I believe he was very involved in Wits and Wagers and things like that. Basically, it's a game where you say dude, and you try and match up, I believe, with other people at the table saying dude the same way you're saying dude. It's pretty weird, but it looks really fun if you've got enough people interested to try that out. Innovation. I only purchased this game strictly off of the recommendations from Board Game Barrage, mostly Christina and Kellen. This is their #1 game of all time, and I've played it together hundreds and hundreds of times. Still have yet to try it, but I am very much looking forward to it. Seems like a game that you need quite a few plays to really get going, but then it may just be the most bang for your buck, pack punched experience, I don't know where I'm going there, that you can get. All right, we've got Exit the Abandoned Cabin. I wanted to get an exit game to try it out. These are one-time use. You fold and cut and destroy the box and the rule book and stuff. And basically, it's just a escape room game. Should take a couple of hours. I've heard the Abandoned Cabin is the most recommended one to jump in on, so that's what we've got. Looking forward to giving that a go. I almost bought the Paris Catacombs, I think, the other day, and then I looked at it, and it was a two-parter, and it was also the max difficulty. I like Catacombs. That seems fun and cool to me, but like I'm not good enough for that yet. Anyways, Cthulhu Wars Duel, a Sandy Peterson game. Not had a chance to play this yet, but one I'm also very, very, very much excited for. Obviously, I think pandemic has made me not be able to play as many games, even though I have a wife and housemate. It just doesn't happen all that often. And I think I'm compensating by not being able to play them with buying more, which is probably counterintuitive. So, parents, wife, Danielle, if you would like to get me to stop spending money, play more games with me. I'm just kidding, that's probably not how it works. Anyways, Cthulhu Wars Duel, if you've ever played Cthulhu Wars, it's a very expensive, or if you've never played it, expensive miniatures, dudes on a map game. This basically condenses that down to standees, 2-player only, and like $30. So it's kind of just a condensed version to try out the Cthulhu Wars system. Then we've got Uwe Rosenberg's New York Zoo. Have yet to play this one. I did recently play Isle of Cats, and I'm assuming these are going to be somewhat similar. I'm hoping to, at the end of playing this one, either make a distinction of whether I need to keep them both or sell one and decide which one to go with. But I have not had a chance to actually play this one yet. I'm going to scoot this tray over to me. This cart. Okay. Please Fix the Teleporter. We have a gameplay / mini review on... Wow. Y'all are a mess. If it's not you, if it's not the dogs, it's Eric. If it's not Eric, it's the cat.
Hey man.
Gotta be something.
I've ever really done anything on purpose.
Gotta be something. After that interruption, we've got Please Fix the Teleporter. There's a review / playthrough on my channel. This is by Ian Zhang. Love that game. Super excited to get it back to the table again. Kind of in the same realm of already reviewed. We've got Bandada. We've played and reviewed that game on the channel. Love that game too. In a different kind of area, we've got two RPGs, which is Monster of the Week and Alice is Missing. I am incredibly excited to read more about this one, Monster of the Week, and to finally play Alice is Missing. It just seems so unique and cool. If you don't know what Alice is Missing is, you are a group of high schoolers, and one of your friends has gone missing, and you play the game entirely silent through a group chat text message. You change your friends' names to the name of the people they are, so it's a little more immersive, and you just text back and forth in a group message, and you can start individual texts with individual people to talk about other things. And there's a deck of cards that pushes the story along, so every 10 minutes a new card is flipped, I believe, and it should be an all-encompassing 90-minute experience. So cannot wait to actually give this one a go. That is Monster of the Week and Alice is Missing. Down to my last two, I just talked about this one on a video that went up today. This is Reiner Kenitzia's The Quest for El Dorado. Won't go too in-depth on it. If you're interested in my first impressions, take a look at that video down in the description below. This is a racing deck-building game based off of, I mean, it's El Dorado, I guess, but that's not what I meant to say. Essentially super quick, simple, easy, but very fun deck building racing game. Looking forward to trying this one again and at the 2-player count, because I've heard that it actually is really good there too. And last but not least, I'm looking around, making sure there's not least. If you see Feudum in the background, that's not my game. So it's a friend's game. Yeah, I'm just holding it for him until he comes to get it. So I'm not adding that to the list. But this is In the Hall of the Mountain King. Another one that I am very, very, very much looking forward to getting to the table and playing. This is a tile placement, route, building, resource management. Maybe? I've not played it. And I honestly don't know that much about it. But thematically and aesthetically, it looks very, very fun. And it's kind of just cover art and aesthetics and theme alone seemed super fun for me. as something that's a little more heavier of a game than what I'm typically used to playing. Not that this is a heavy game, but probably heavier than, 70% of what's on this table right now. And I was really looking forward to trying it out. There are a lot of components and more rules than some of the other ones, so I probably won't get to this one until I've already played, New York Zoo, Babylonia, Tuscany, whatever, but still very, very much looking forward to play this one, and I know Duel is as well, so maybe we'll get a gameplay up on the channel before too long. I clearly weighed down the right or your left side of the table without thinking about my left, your right side of the table, but these are all the games that I have acquired in the past few months. It's a lot, but I have also sold some, so Draco, tell me it's okay. Thank you. Thanks for meowing right when I wanted you to, Draco.